Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. When I see articles with headlines that grab my attention, I like to dive into them and go through them with you and see if there's anything new that we could pick up together, right? If there's any little nuggets in there, or on the other side, if they're missing key pieces, I like to bring that up too, because we need to make sure that we have all of the information that we need to make sound decisions when it comes to our VA benefits and what's out there and all that good stuff. So the headline that I found now is VA Benefits Eligibility. What conditions automatically qualify you for VA disability? That's a good headline. Very interested. I have my own thoughts in my mind of where they're going to go with this, but I wanted to share it with you. So let's please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. The two asks is hitting that thumbs up and letting the video run. That puts us in the hands of more of us. Number two, if you want to support the channel in other ways, please consider being a member. You can do so by going to the home page of this channel. You'll see highlighted members. You can hit join there. I appreciate you very much for that. Thank you so much. All right, let's jump into it. Again, VA benefits eligibility. What conditions automatically qualify you for VA disability? Find out whether you or a loved one qualifies. Moving on here, veterans qualifying for VA health care receive comprehensive coverage aimed at promoting and maintaining their well-being. The range of benefits includes preventative care services, including health exams, education, immunizations, and counseling on genetic diseases. Inpatient hospital services cover surgeries, medical treatments, kidney dialysis, acute care, and specialized care such as organ transplants and intensive care. So again, I'm wondering if they're going to shift to compensation anywhere, because in the headline, again, it doesn't necessarily say health benefits from the VA. It just says VA benefits eligibility. What conditions automatically qualify you for a VA disability? So let's jump into it here. They might just be giving us kind of an overview of some of the other benefits, right? The range of benefits includes, we went through all that, the immunizations, counseling, genetic diseases. Inpatient hospital services cover surgeries, medical treatments, kidney dialysis, acute care, specialized organ transplants, intensive care. Urgent and emergency care services are available at VA health facilities and through contracted networks, including urgent care for non-life-threatening issues. Enrollment in VA healthcare and recent care receipt are prerequisites for using these services. VA healthcare also extends to mental health services addressing PTSD, military sexual trauma, depression, and substance use problems. Coverage includes assisted living, home health care based on needs and income, and prescriptions approved by a VA doctor. Ancillary, I can't, you know what I'm trying to say. Services deemed necessary by a VA, is it ancillary? All right, ancillary. Services deemed necessary by a VA, it's like I can hear people, I don't know, whatever. Go Google. All right. Deemed necessary by a VA primary care provider, such as diagnostic tests, therapy, rehabilitation, prosthetic items, audiology, and radiation oncology may also be covered. Now, it says here, what is the easiest disability to claim for VA? Maybe here's where they're getting into it. And just to throw it out there, my thought, based on the title alone, the headline, right? The headline, VA benefits eligibility, what conditions automatically qualify you for a VA or for VA disability? I would think you would go down the road of presumptive conditions. That's just me. So far, we haven't gotten there, but let's find out what they say. What is the easiest disability to claim for VA? My answer, personally, would be, what is the easiest disability to claim? Presumptives. If you qualify for presumptive, that is the easiest. All right. Moving on, let's see what they say. There are certain injuries and conditions that seem to be used the most to secure VA benefits. According to data collected from VA compensation, service-connected disability or death benefits reports in 2022, the 5 most commonly awarded medical conditions that are getting approved for benefits are as follows. So these are not presumptive conditions. Tinnitus, knee injuries, hearing loss, PTSD, and spinal injuries. And I'm assuming that they're lumping it all together for spinal, from the neck to the tailbone, basically. Goes on here to say, as you can see from these figures, tinnitus is miles away from the most common claim to be awarded. All right, so I'll give you the numbers. Tinnitus, 2,703,000. I'm just going to round it to the nearest thousand. So, and I even screwed that up. All right, so tinnitus to the nearest, I'll just tell you the whole number because I'm already screwing it up. Tinnitus, 2,703,665. Knee injuries, 1,657,593. Hearing loss, 1,426,183. PTSD, 1,343,669. Spinal injuries, 1,325,248. All right, so interesting. And that's basically where this thing ends. The thing that I want to point out is, I guess in this article, is I wish that they would have kind of at least mentioned presumptives, because I think that, I don't know, it's easier to file for a presumptive condition if you meet the requirements versus any sort of a regular type of claim. But the two things that I want to talk about here is, one, tinnitus. Tinnitus, as you may already know, is proposed to be eliminated as a condition, as a rateable condition from the VA. And they are going to, if it goes through, the proposed change, they're going to look at tinnitus as a symptom of an underlying symptom to another sort of a problem or disease. So the VA is looking at these same numbers, right? And they're going, wow, there's 1 million more tinnitus claims than the next highest claimed condition, which is knee. So if they eliminate tinnitus, now that's 2,703,000 claims. How many secondary conditions are hung off of tinnitus, right? We have secondaries often that can be associated or as a result of tinnitus, such as migraines, insomnia, depression, anxiety, those types of things. So the mental health rating can fall on as a secondary for tinnitus. Same thing with your migraines. So that could equal to a lot of dollars, right? So I don't know if that's the whole purpose. I'm just throwing it out there that there's a lot of money that's tied into tinnitus and subsequent secondary conditions. So if you have tinnitus and you've never filed for it and your rating is less than 100% permanent and total, 100%, then you might want to consider filing for tinnitus before the VA makes any changes. Now, again, we don't know for sure if the VA is going to follow through with their proposal. However, what we do know is the VA has said over the past 5-6 years that they are updating all, as in all, A-L-L, all, like that kind of all, like everything, all of their rating schedules, and they've already made changes to more than half of them, I believe. So, hearing has not been changed yet, and that is the proposed change, is eliminating tinnitus. So, do I think that they're going to do it? Personally, I'm probably like an 80% yes, it's probably going to happen. There's wiggle room in there where it may not, but the VA did say that they are changing all of their rating schedules. Why would they skip one, right? They are updating them all. You may not have known or may not have felt it or may not have noticed it, but they have changed quite a few of the rating schedules already. So all that to say is, look, it's available now. You should do it now and not wait if you have it and you have the ability to do it. Again, I wouldn't file tinnitus just for the heck of it. I would file for it if I was less than permanent and total. If I was less than 100% permanent and total, every extra rating that I could get that would allow me another static condition, getting me closer to the overall and giving me the ability to potentially leverage other secondary conditions, is probably a good thing. So that's just me. Now, the other piece, I guess, to this pie, in this article specifically, is the presumptives, which I've mentioned a couple times. Presumptive conditions are awesome because the VA has already conceded to nexus. So you don't need to prove the nexus. You don't need to show the VA that somehow, some way, your condition was a result of your service. They've already conceded to that. If you served in the specific locations identified in the presumptive conditions, right? If you served here and during this time frame and you have one of these conditions, you just get it. So you need to provide a diagnosis of that presumptive condition, and you need to prove that you served in the areas identified for that presumptive condition. So an example would be, let's say, Vietnam, right? So the newest condition for presumptive is hypertension, high blood pressure. So if you served boots on the ground in Vietnam during the Vietnam War, right, and time periods, then all you need to do is prove you were there, prove you have hypertension, and the VA is going to rate you. They're going to give you service connection for that. It's that easy. You don't need to try to prove to the VA that due to your time in service, somehow, some way, you have hypertension. They just concede that it's essentially, in this case, due to Agent Orange. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.